welcome back to Moto Joshing. So today I'm going to talk about my biking history. So I come from a biker family. Dad's always had bikes and had various kind of types from on-road, off-road bikes. He now specialises in kind of classics, but he's still got his 1998 R1. But I would say it's he's definitely in the fair weather rider category at this point of his life. But grew up on motorbikes. I remember riding a motorbike before I could cycle. Let me just get around this truck a second. Back to the story. I remember riding a motorbike before I could remember to cycle, so it was very early on in my life, and had motorbikes growing up as a kid, from kind of crosses, 50cc crosses, to a TL185, which probably shouldn't have been used off-road, but we were using it off-road with big chunky tyres on it. And then Dad had a KMX 200, so I used to steal that from time to time, on and off-road, being the naughty boy that I was. And so generally motorbikes as a teen, and then I moved to Aberdeen to go to university in 2002, and was living in the centre of town, so didn't really need transport back then. I was, and I will admit at this point, I was one of those annoying cyclists, and I just pedalled everywhere, didn't need any real problems, and did that for a good period of time. However, life changes, and as you get a bit older, situations change, and I moved in with my girlfriend across the other side of town and decided that transport was going to be something I was going to be needing, and decided to get myself on the road properly, and the obvious first choice for me was motorbikes. I don't have my car test, I haven't passed my car license. I intend to do it, but it's not a particular rush or hurry to me, and it'll probably happen in due course. And I can take it or leave it. But the decision was to get a motorbike, and I got myself a 125. So I got a new Honda CB125F, and experience taught me that was a mistake. As much as it was a great bike, I should have known that my love of motorbikes would be rekindled quite quickly, and that I would want a bigger bike and want to do my direct access, and I did that all within 6 months. Took the bike out on finance, so of course had to pay all that off. Took a massive hit on reselling it as well, from the the initial cost price. And truth be told, if I knew what I knew now, then I would have just got that bike. I would have bought a second-hand 125. And the other mistake I made was the Honda 125 didn't do the speed limit. It didn't do 70. So when you wanted something on these kind of roads to be able to go a bit faster, it just wasn't the bike for that. And because of that, that's probably the reason why I shopped in pretty early to sell the bike and do my direct access, pass my test, and then sell the bike. And I think that was a big contributor. I think if I had had a 125 that did the speed limit, I probably wouldn't have sold the bike as quickly. I probably might have even kept it on normal plates as well, without the L plates, and just tooted about on that through winter. But my impatience and desires got the better of me, so the lesson was certainly learned there. And then I got this bike, and so far it's been cracking. and my main kind of requirements is for commuting. Commute 15 miles each way, so 30 miles a day, and that's just my just getting to work. So then any other rides in the evening or anything else further to that certainly adds on the miles. And so since December 2nd when I bought the bike, I've done that 4,300 miles. But it's been a pleasure, and look, it's going to be a couple of years before I sell this one. Yeah, that's my brief riding history. Hopefully it's informed you a little, kind of that you can learn from my mistakes for aspiring riders as well. And the other thing I'll say is motorcycle riding isn't for everyone, and you've got to really want to be out here on a bike. It's a lot more dangerous, for sure, and there is elements of skill needed. You need to be very aware, and I think you need to have a mature attitude. I think if you don't have a mature attitude, I don't think it's going to last particularly long, and it's you're going to get into some sort of problems or road rage or drop it or do something stupid. So if you're thinking about getting into biking, make sure you have that maturity about what you're about to embark on. It's a lot of fun, but you've got to really want to do it, and especially if you are commuting, especially all weathers. Up here in Aberdeen, obviously the weather isn't particularly pleasant most of the time, and we get these moments of good weather, and you can enjoy them while you got them. But for the most part, it is crappy weather. And what I would also say from my knowledge is don't cheap out on your gear. But I'll do another video on gear very shortly. But I'll leave that there for today, guys, and hopefully catch you on the next video very shortly. If you'd like to like, comment and subscribe, and any further feedback would be appreciated. And cheerio for now, guys. Bye bye.